and welcome to the Cruise and Review podcast. I'm Blake, that's Audrey, and that is Norris Frog, the only executive podcast producer in the Western Hemisphere that is a Build-A-Bear. So we are just completing what is day 4 of our cruise here on board Disney Dream. It's a 5-night Bahamas cruise, our first ever Disney cruise as the Cruise and Review team. And we have had a wonderful few days. If you want to check out all of our content, we're doing these podcasts live on location from the Disney Dream, but they're coming out day by day in their own individual podcast when our podcasts are released. So if you want to see Castaway Cay and our private cabana, if you want to see our day in Nassau where we went to Blue Lagoon Island, or if you want to see Embarkation Day or our day in Fort Lauderdale, those are all individual episodes. You can watch them on YouTube, or you can listen to them anywhere that you get your podcast. And to all of our listeners, you may notice audio a little difference because we're on location, don't have all the fancy mics and everything, but you can also go over, we have tons of video content on our YouTube pages. Just search for Cruise in Review. That's Cruise, the letter in Review on YouTube, or you can go to CruiseNReview.com. So again, you want to see Castaway Cay, you want to see Nassau, you can talk about that, but we're covering what is day 4 of our cruise and a little bit of the evening of day 3. And we'll start there. Evening of day 3, we covered Castaway Cay. We did our podcast from our cabana. So if you want to see that, we'll tell you all about the cabana, give you a tour of it and everything else. But end of day 3, when we got back on board Disney Dream, was really a great evening. One in which started with the headliner production show of the Disney Dream, which is Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, and it was incredible, and it was up to the hype, in my opinion, of what I thought it would be. It was a great production done by the cast here on the ship, and those cruise ship shows always amaze me because the things that they do, the things that they pull off, and you kind of forget that you're on a cruise ship. But Beauty and the Beast was wonderful. The cast was wonderful. It's a condensed version of the show, but it was still just as magical as you thought it would be. So really 10 out of 10 once again on the Disney show productions. If that's something that you guys really enjoy, if production shows, theatrical musical shows is something you really like, and you love Disney, coming on a Disney cruise is definitely worth it, in my opinion, because the couple Disney shows that we've seen up to this point have been incredible. Yeah,
they are. Production quality, very high value, just what you'd expect from Disney. No video of those because they don't allow you to video in those shows, which I think is awesome. So that's great. So that was that. And then we had a fantastic dinner at one of the adults only specialty dining venues, Remy, which is themed from the movie Ratatouille. And I'm going to tell you something. It's a French-style cuisine, 5-course dinner that's handpicked by the chef. It was absolutely a 5-course dinner of majestic proportions. It was so good. The wait staff was amazing. The food was so good. It was perfectly prepared. And if you like to try different foods presented in different ways that are perfectly paired, I'm going to tell you, this place is pricey. It's about $135 a plate. But it is awesome if you love to experience great food. Remy on board Disney Dream.
And like Blake said, it was a 5-course meal. So you had your appetizer, you had a middle course deal. And the thing about that I like about those type of experiences is that the portions are small, where you feel like you really can enjoy the entire meal. So you're not gonna overindulge in one particular round of it, and then by the time the main course gets here, you're not you're still a little hungry to be able to eat that. And so the staff was incredible, like Blake said. And my favorite part was that the Wagyu that we had was so good.
I've had Wagyu before and didn't think I liked it. I'd never had Wagyu apparently, because this was phenomenal. And you want to talk about everything was handpicked by the chef to go together. And a picky eater, don't go there. Don't waste your money. But if you like to try different foods, and if you want a burst of flavor, that's just all over the place, and you like to try things, it was expensive, but it was worth every penny. It's one of those that you sign the bill at the end, you don't regret it, because you've just been in the service. There was like 5 people waiting on us. It's like one central head waiter that was excellent.
And I got this little rose.
They gave Audrey the rose. So it's kind of going Beauty and the Beast on us. It's kind of falling apart,
but it was so sweet.
But it was good. It was, guys, I'm going to tell you, it was in my top 5 dining experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've been talking about, I always say my top 5, whatever. We're going to do podcast episodes of our top whatever.
Yeah.
But Remy's going to be on there.
That's right.
And so that's probably the second time that I've had Disney jump into my top restaurants.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it.
No.
And Remy was awesome. Again,
Especially
service
on a
was good.
cruise ship. Like,
From the second you sat down, it's just people were just coming out of everywhere feeding you. And again, like Audrey said, small portion sizes. They bring you a palate cleanser, which I'd never had before, and then they would bring out your next course, and then your next course, and they bring something out kind of in between, and at the very end they brought cheese course.
It's Blake's favorite course.
I love cheese course. I love cheese. I like everything about cheese. I like trying the different cheeses. I like cutting the cheese. I like
cutting the cheese.
And
that's where there was like 20 cheeses. Like, it wasn't just 2 or 3. I mean, it was a full on. They brought out this cart.
Correct.
And he was like, would y'all like some cheese?
It was good.
So it was
good creamy cheeses.
Yeah.
Good stinky cheeses. There's some stinky cheeses in there. I love it.
Yeah. So if you go on a Disney cruise, we defindefinitely recommend Remy's.
Remy's. Excellent. So we did
Make
that.
it happen.
Okay. Then we turned in. We went to bed because we're tired and we're old. We're getting old. And she mentioned we went full dad and mom mode. We went to bed early, even though the kids not here yet. All kinds of things.
Yeah.
But then let's get to day 4, which is the active day we're in right now. Which was this itinerary was so unique because we got to hit. And somebody asked me this on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
They said, "Did you hit both Disney private islands?"
Yeah.
In the same itinerary, and I said yes, because it's a great itinerary, and so we actually get to hit both. And if you don't know, there's Castaway Cay, which is kind of the OG, of Disney, but they have a new one, brand new, just debuted, brought the first ship in June of 2024. Well, it's Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Pointe. It's not really its own private island, but it's on the southern tip of Eleuthera, which is really commonly known for beautiful beaches. It's a beautiful island. A lot of yachties go there, and Disney has developed this into another private destination to complement Castaway Cay. And I want to tell you, I'm not so sure it's not better than Castaway Cay. It's certainly prettier than Castaway Cay, and we did Serenity Beach. Serenity Beach is adults only. We did that at Castaway Cay. They have a Serenity Beach at Lookout Cay, and we did it too. Now we didn't have the cabana, but we did do the adults only beach at Lookout Cay. Now, a couple things to know about Lookout Cay before we get into the great things. One, the dock is insanely long. I'm talking about like a half a mile.
It's a long,
and that's just walk to get to the tram before you got to walk to the deal. So come prepared. I am galded as I've ever been. Bring Gold Bond. Bring Vaseline. I am galded in parts of me that I never even knew could get galded. And then somebody on TikTok tried to tell me the walk wasn't that bad.
Are you kidding?
And I'm like, look.
Have they done it?
And you've heard my opinion on Disney apologists, right? You've heard this.
Yeah.
There are some people that Disney could shoot a puppy on the front lawn and they'd be like, it's great, it's Disney. It's no problem, just do it, it's Disney.
No.
That pier is really effing long.
Yeah.
Okay, it's so effing long.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, now look, if you got mobility issues, if you got a disability, there's a golf cart that can take you. I would say this, I don't know how the golf cart batteries don't die on the way there.
Yeah.
But
it's a long haul.
Everybody else has to walk it. And when I say it's a half a mile, it's legit a half a mile. You can see video.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was sucked. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you get on a tram, and the trams were readily available.
Yeah.
As you'd kind of expect from Disney. Right? The trams are readily available. They're going all the time. Beautiful ride. And I'm going to tell you, so first of all, let me explain something. Disney has done a wonderful job at Lookout Cay of preserving the natural beauty of the southern tip, Lighthouse Pointe on Eleuthera. It's a beautiful natural place. They've preserved that. And that's one of the reasons why the dock is so long.
Yeah.
Is because they didn't want to cut into the reefs that are there and destroy them. And, dude, shout out. Do not do that. I'm so glad they didn't do that. However, dude, build a bigger dock and put a freaking tram on the dock, dude.
Now, you said they should build a Skyliner.
They should build a Skyliner. I think it would be too many. They should build a Skyliner.
And a monorail.
Monorail. Something.
Yeah.
Anything to keep my fat ass from walking down that thing.
Yeah.
Okay? But anyway, that's why they did it. on the tram ride, though, you see this natural beauty. It's a naturally beautiful place. They have done an excellent job at making you feel like you're on a deserted island in the Bahamas while still having the modern amenities at home. And so anyway, you take that, you do a little walk. They've got great family beaches everywhere. They've got family cabanas. They've got the Serenity cabanas like we had at Castaway Key. They've got them there. They've got a splash pad for the kids.
It was splash pad.
Huge splash pad. Nobody's ever had a splash pad like they had here.
Yeah, I agree.
It's awesome. Huge splash pad. But then, so we ended up going down to the adults only area, which got its own, just like Castaway Key, got its own food. It's got its own bar. But it's also at the very end of all the development.
Yeah.
And it easily is at least my number one beach has always been Fry's Beach.
Yes.
I think this one moved into number 2.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I could like a lot better than Serenity Beach at Castaway Key. But it's probably my number 2. And let me tell you why it's not number 1. It's just simply the accessibility of it. You got to be 18 or older to get there, and you got to go on a Disney cruise. You just can't go there. We're like Fry's Beach and Antigua. Anybody can go there. So I think it goes to number 2 for that. But it's a pink sand beach. And if you've never seen a pink sand beach with the sun out, when it's sunny like it was today, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
And this legit, every time I looked around, I thought, I just can't believe I'm here. They have something special at Lookout Key and the Serenity Beach. All the beaches are pretty.
Yeah.
But that end down there, and again, they didn't build like it's developments. Like Royal Caribbean built a friggin' hot air balloon.
Yeah.
They haven't done any of that. It's very low buildings that you can't even hardly see over the sand dunes. Disney has preserved this. Like, it feels like you're on a deserted tropical paradise. But you can go up and get a beer. I'm going to tell you, it's one of it's my favorite private island destination of any of the cruise lines.
It was.
I had a wonderful day. Could not have had a better day.
It was awesome, and the water was beautiful. It was a beautiful turquoise color that we've always loved the Southern Caribbean. We've always talked about how beautiful those islands are. But I will say, just coming to the Bahamas, coming the short cruise ride or even if you just fly down here, whatever you decide to do. But the Bahamas has beautiful oceans that would trump some of the Southern Caribbean islands. Today's water was some of the prettiest. It's the prettiest water I've ever seen was today. So yeah, we had a great time at Lookout Key, and props to Disney for doing everything that building the structures and things that they did, and making sure they really do preserve the beauty of the island itself, because we had a great day. It was awesome.
It was good, and again. It easily is in our top destinations. And to get to where we're talking about in the video that you've been seeing, you just, you walk the half a mile down the pier. And if you're alive after that, then you get on the first tram to go to the second tram. There's only one tram stop. You get on it and you go to this one, and then you turn and come back. And then you kind of go to the left and just shade left, and you're going to walk probably another quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
It's worth it, though.
Yeah.
It is absolutely worth it. And the TikTok, I kind of call out what's her name on TikTok, but I know what she's saying. It's worth it.
Yeah.
But gosh darn it, there's a better way.
Yeah.
But anyway, besides the point. So first tram, second stop, take a left, keep going. 18 and older, you're not going to want for anything all day.
No.
Plenty of beach chairs. Everything else is great. I would say that if you're looking for a laid-back itinerary first-time cruiser, the private islands are perfect. We love them.
Definitely.
We did one in October on Royal Caribbean Adventure of the Seas that hit both of theirs. It hit Labadee, which is their private destination, Haiti, which is one of my favorite places.
Yes.
Lookout Key's down my favorite, but which I didn't think you'd make it past Labadee, but they've done it.
Yeah.
And then we did Coco Cay, which Coco Cay is beautiful and a lot of fun, but they've overdeveloped it to me. They've put a hot air balloon and a big water slide and all kinds of stuff. Disney's they haven't done that at Castaway Key either.
No.
But anyway, I just do not sleep when you're looking at itineraries. Everybody thinks Castaway Key's the OG. That's the one you want to go to. If you have to pick, don't pick one. Find an itinerary that goes to both of them because they're both awesome.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick, I'm going to tell you Lookout Key's better if you're a beach person.
Yeah.
Maybe a water sports person, but dude, guys, I'm telling you, it is. Even for families. And I've got a little bit of video of the family beaches. They're beautiful too.
Yeah.
The pink sand is something else. But yeah, and you mentioned the Bahamas. When we talk about Bahamas, Nassau's just, but you can get away from Nassau when you're there and go to like Blue Lagoon Island and go to those the Bahamas are beautiful.
They're pretty,
You can go to Bimini. We went to Bimini one time on Virgin Voyages. Eleuthera, Castaway Key, Private Islands, Royal Caribbean's Coco Cay,
Those are all
Absinthe, the Hot Air Balloon, Ocean Cay with MSC, Princess Cay's,
all
Half
in the
Moon
Bahamas.
Cay with Carnival, and Princess goes to Half Moon Cay. We don't sell Carnival, but Princess goes to Half Moon Cay. Anyway, but I'm going to tell you this. Disney has outdone themselves, and they have claimed a beautiful piece of land. And I don't think Disney will do what Royal Caribbean has done. I don't think that they will overdevelop it and ruin the natural beauty of that place, because they haven't done it at Castaway Key, and I don't believe that they will do that. It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And a very special place that it will be like a bar I will hold everything to when I look at it. For sure. If you want to go to any of these places that we've talked about on this vacation, if you want to book a Disney cruise, we do have a certified Disney vacation expert right here. Not her, not him. He doesn't do anything, but not her.
Yes.
She is certified. We can book all things Disney that you want, and we are recognized by Disney as travel professionals. In fact, they gave us a wonderful rate on this cruise to come and try things out so we could better serve you, which is why we do the content and why we do the videos. So we're a full service travel agent. You want to do Disney, you want to do a cruise, you want to do all inclusives, you want to do land tours, we can do it all. And we do it with passion and enthusiasm. That's what we do. We don't just book any trip. We don't just book you on some basic vacation. We get down deep. In fact, we've been described as pushy at times because we want to push you into the perfect vacation. And that's why we do the videos, because we're passionate about it. And there's nothing we love more than when a client makes a great decision on a trip and then they go and love it. And we have some right now that are coming up that some clients have made great decisions on their trips. We just booked one. We're not going to name names for their confidentiality. We just booked a couple that have never been on a cruise before. In fact, we got a couple of 25th anniversaries, I believe. I think we have 2 different 25th anniversaries that are sailing soon. And they've both made very good decisions on their cruises. One of them's doing a princess cruise that goes to Turks and Caicos, goes to San Juan, goes to all these places. And then the other 25th anniversary is doing Southern Caribbean, which is, if y'all know us, that's our favorite itinerary. But they've made great decisions. Now, we might have been a little pushy with them, but they listened. And we're going to show them a good time. And we're passionate about our travel. We're passionate about your travel. And that's what we offer. It never costs you any more money. All we ask in return is that you listen and that you're honest with us, and then be ready for a fun mindset and an adventurous mindset. And adventurous is relative, right? It doesn't have to mean that you're skydiving or doing things like that. It means that you're thinking outside the box of what you think a vacation is possible for you, because you'd be surprised. And this happens all the time. What you can get for your money if you'll just think outside the box a little bit. We're never going to put you in danger. We're never going to put you anywhere we wouldn't go ourselves. And in a lot of cases, we've been to the places that we're sending you to. So anyway, full service travel agency to do that. If you want to listen to more podcasts, we have each day of this cruise is its own episode. Okay, so if you want to go to Pirate Night, for example, where there were fireworks, Pirate Night. Captain, I was supposed to be Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm too big. I was Captain Will Barrow.
Will Barrow was
so you
on
can see
that podcast.
With the fireworks. You can see that. You can see all those others. One final thing before we wrap up. Today really was on this particular day of this podcast was also Marvel Day at sea. And we just got back from it. And I love this. So we talked about Pirate Night. The theme days are awesome. The crew gets into it. The guests get into it. But Marvel Day at Sea was recent. They put on a big show on the pool deck. All the staff was dressed up. And they actually debuted the new Captain America movie on the ship one day early. So that's kind of cool that they did that. A lot of people were excited about that. And then, of course, a big show on the pool deck tonight we just got back from, which featured even more fireworks at sea. So we actually got 2 rounds of fireworks at sea. And I'm going to tell you, you hear about that, it is exactly what you think it is. It is awesome. Now, they're not long or the biggest fireworks you're going to see, but they're shooting them off of a freaking cruise ship.
In the middle of the ocean.
Yes. And it's beautiful. We actually got over to the rail tonight and
Yeah.
got to watch them over the ocean, the water lighting up.
And this show was neat because they had people zip lining from all different parts.
Lots
they
of
had
acrobatics.
Like Spider-Man was crawled up the funnel at one point, and so it was neat because there's a lot more theatricals into this show other than just the superheroes coming out and talking. I mean, they really did put on a show that ended with fireworks, and so that was neat. So if you are a superhero fan, if your kids are superhero fans, of the Marvel gang, Marvel Day at Sea is definitely recommended because they do photo opportunities with the Marvel characters all day long. The dining experience is Marvel themed, and then they've got the activities in the kids clubs all day that are centered around Marvel, the Marvel characters. So it definitely was a neat experience. It was a neat deal.
It really was. And you're probably on most Disney cruises going to get a couple of special days. You're going to get Pirate Night, and then plus one other thing. Like in October, you're probably going to get the Halloween celebration. Christmas, you're going to get the Christmas celebrations. Yep. They kind of mix it up. But during like a normal time, like we are in right now, Marvel Day at Sea is what Disney Dream has, and you can see it actually when you book the cruise. And if you book with us, we'll let you know what it is.
Yes.
This one's Marvel Day, so it's kind of like everybody gets Pirate Night, and then there's like one more. Marvel Day at Sea is this one. You'll have a different menu when you go eat at the restaurants.
Yep.
The crew will be all dressed up, and not quite to the extent that Pirate Night is, but anyway, it was a cool deal, and like I said, very interactive.
Yeah. Norris Frogs requested that our next Disney cruise is during Halloween because he did enjoy the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party when we went to Disney World this past
I've still
October.
got that song stuck in my head from that parade.
Yeah, see?
Happy Halloween.
So stay tuned. Who knows? We might end up at sea on Halloween. Who knows? But that was Norris Frogs' request, was that he wants to come back on Halloween.
No big deal. Not big at all.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so listen, if you're watching us and you've seen all the video, it's great. Stay tuned for more episodes because the next episode is going to be our sea day. We're at sea. It's the final day on board. And then we'll do a big recap episode of everything. But so we'll have a sea day. It is Valentine's Day, so we'll take you on the ship some. We'll talk about some of the ship's venues and facilities.
Norris Frogs has on his Valentine's
We're going back to Animator's Palette for dinner.
We are.
Norris Frogs, he's ready to go.
He's ready to go find him and get some action on the Disney cruise.
Be slinging that tag all over the place, baby. Be slinging that tag all over the place.
He's still looking for Princess Tiana. That's what he says. No.
But so that's it. If you're if you want to listen to any of our shows on the go, they're available anywhere. You listen to Amazon, Apple, Spotify, any of those. You can listen to our podcast. Yep. But if you're a listener, try getting over to our YouTube channel, Cruise Litter Interview, and watching, because we put a lot of video. We develop a lot of video content. That's really kind of my passion is video, and so I take a lot of video when we're on the trips. I do that anyway, whether and then it just comes in handy to show you guys. So you can do that. But if not, you like to listen to us on the go, maybe you're on a car ride or something, you can do that as well. And normally when we're back home, we have the microphones and everything, so the audio's better for the podcast crew. But you can only expect so much out of us. We're doing a podcast. I'm 8 beers in and a couple glasses of wine.
Yeah, and I don't have enough room in my suitcase for microphones.
We're not doing that. We're not going to do it.
I don't have enough room in my suitcase.
We may find some small mics for maybe. Yeah. We're doing St. John's. We'll take you along to St. John's in May. But we might bring mics on that one, but we'll see. We'll just see. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining us. The next episode will be our Sea Day coverage and kind of a wrap up from the Disney Dream. But again, watch any of the previous episodes if you want to see Castaway Cay, you want to see Nassau, you want to see Wheelbarrow, Captain Wheelbarrow, and Pirate Night. All that is there as well, and a full service travel agency. Anything you want to book, you want to talk to us, go to CruiseNReview.com, or you can call Audrey, your certified expert, at 870-604-5929.
Yep.
Right.
Check out our TikTok. We're on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Norris Frog is also on Instagram. He always loves new followers. He does post his daily content as well.
Very sarcastic.
So check us out on social media. We love to interact with you guys. If you have questions, if you have an upcoming trip and you have questions, or if you, like Blake said, if you want to book a new trip, we do it all. So we love to help you guys plan your next vacation, whether it's Disney or it's something else.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
All right. that's what we got for now. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Cruise Review Podcast. That's Audrey. I'm Blake. That is Norris Frog. Norris Froggington. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.